So this is going to be this evening, is this is the basic terms for every entrepreneur. These are common keywords and phrases used in English and common business scenarios and situations. So I will cover some business terms. You may see me use some annotation just to highlight any things that need to be highlighted. And I will also give you time for questions. And if you have questions, you can just raise the hand, the emoji hand, or just you raise your hand in your screen. Okay. Okay, so this evening, we're gonna learn basic terms to understand and improve business acumen. So if you have a basic understanding of English, you can begin to understand and master some key terms and concepts. Improve your business by learning fundamental business terminology in English. And so there's professional language and things that are used in business. And so we'll be covering some of those this evening. Okay, so we're starting with basic business terms. What we will cover this evening are basic marketing keywords and sentences, basic business keywords and sentences, basic IT keywords and sentences, and basic customer service keywords and sentences. So regardless of what your business is, marketing is needed in every business. There's going to be some standard business keywords and sentences, and every business will have some IT terminology. So just know that even though I don't know your particular industry, you know, both of these basic terms will apply. And I see one of you have a question. Okay, so business words to navigate in the business landscape. One of the keywords that we're going to be talking about, I would say, is the business plan. So we're going to start with that. And it doesn't matter the industry that you're in. Every business needs a business plan. It's your roadmap. It's going to guide you on how you are going to be moving in your business. So every business needs to develop a strategy. So strategy is important in any business. It's important to infiltrate the market and beat the competition. However, it's also important in business that you can communicate this plan to other entities. So if you're going to apply for a business loan, they're going to ask you, the bank is going to ask you for your business plan. So you need to be able to communicate your business plan to other entities and other professionals in your industry. So a business plan is a written document. So if some of you don't know what that is, it's a written document that lays out all the important elements of a business strategy. It discusses the company goals and looks for how those goals can be achieved. Business plans are critical because it's necessary in the business plan. Yes, you can take a screen photo. That's fine.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, business plans are critical. They're essential for business to get the funding. Again, I had mentioned about you need a business plan when you go to a bank for a loan. If you want to make changes in your business, you may make a change in your business plan. Your business should have a business plan every year. So every January is usually typical where a business will write a new business plan for that entire year. And just know that it's not always set in stone. You can always go back in and change that business plan. So for example, let's see. Let me move this over here. Okay, so I have here, I'm trying to move this. You're building a startup. If you're building a startup and you need funding from an investor, you might hear the following sentence. That is a very interesting idea. tell you what, send me your business plan. I will look at it and we'll take it from there. So investors definitely want to see a business plan. They want to know if they're going to give you money for your business, that your business is going to make them money. So they want to look at that business plan. They want to see that your idea is going to manifest into something worthwhile. The next keyword that we're going to be working towards is market. Businesses have to perform a thorough market research. So when you're writing your business plan, part of that is market research. When you're doing your marketing, say you're going to do, you just open your business and you want to start a social media marketing campaign, you want to look at your competition. So you're going to want to do some market research. I think so, from what I can remember, Marguerite said some of you have some restaurants, some of you have daycares. Regardless of what your business is, you want to look at who your competitor is. So that might be something that you could do this week, is possibly get on Facebook, get on Instagram, and look at in your area who is doing the same thing that you are doing in the marketplace. So that is what market research is. It's how you can attract certain how attractive a certain opportunity is. So when you go to the bank for money, or you go talk to an investor, or you want to get a line of credit for your business, sometimes they may want to see what your market research is, because they want to see how you're going to launch your product or your service in the marketplace. So I have this sentence here. The sales team has been raving about this new product, saying that it will revolutionize the sector. However, we don't know how the market will react. So we need you to help us test the waters. So what he's talking about, or this in this sentence, is that testing the waters is doing this market research. And the market research consists of looking at competitors. Does anybody have any questions so far? Okay, I'm going to keep forward. If there's no questions, I'll just keep moving forward. The next keyword that we're going to be talking about is financial assets. Financial statements, which will host assets. So assets, financial statements are like gauges in a car. They will tell you how a business is doing. Business needs to track their assets and know what they are. So a business has assets. So if a business is going to sell, you're going to be selling your assets. If you're applying for business loan, the banker needs to see financial statements as your assets is in the business. And here's a sentence. I think that the market looks promising, but I want to see the business plan. Send me your financial statements. So when you do write your business plan, there is a financial section within your business plan where you're going to be doing some projection, like you project that your business in 3 years will make this amount of money. So I have some additional notes here. Let's see. Well, and the financial statements are important. That's part of the accounting. And that's going to really show you, is your business staying on track? Are you meeting your goals, both monetary and physical? The financial statements are it's going to show you how well your business is going to do. It's going to keep track of what you owe. It's also going to show your return on investments. Financial statements are like gauges in a car. They tell you how business is doing. If something is going wrong, the first place to look is at the statements. So certain at the end of the year, when you're filing your taxes, the IRS is going to want to see some of your financial statements. That's what you're going to turn into your accountant when you pay your taxes for your business. Financial analysts always look at a company's financial statements when considering whether to invest or not. I do have another sentence here. For example, if you were going to consider investing in a company, you would tell your broker the following. I think the market looks promising, but I want to see the track record over the past few years first. So send me their financial statements. So a broker is going to want to see, is this business, having a trajectory that is moving forward, or is it stagnant, or is it losing money? The next key word, this is a marketing term. This is a unique selling proposition, your selling point. So this is how you're going to penetrate the market. So each business needs to be set apart from its competitor. So this is what makes your business special or sets you apart from your competitor. So for example, maybe if you have a daycare center, maybe your daycare center offers 24-hour childcare, where the daycare center that's your competitor is only offering daycare during the day. So because you offer daycare 24 hours, that's a unique selling proposition. That's what makes you different. That's what sets you apart. That's something special that you need to be promoting in your marketing. So this says, during a product launch, the head of marketing department might tell their team the following. All right, remember team, we want to stress our USP. So this is just abbreviation for the unique selling proposition. We'll just say USP in all our ads. So that's what I was just talking about, that in your advertising on social media or even on print ad, you want to put the USP in your content within your ad. We are the only customizable option out there. So this is what sets this person apart. And I think that this unique selling point also goes, I want to just briefly talk about strategy, because strategy is important, and that's something also that needs to be included in the business plan, is the strategy. And a strategy is a plan to achieve a certain objective. Really, strategy is a fancy word for business planning. When a business is creating a strategy to go to market, it usually must figure out its vision and its core values. So this is why a business plan, again, is important, because you want to know what your vision is. And so vision is a term word. Core values is a term word that's connected to strategy, that's connected to business plan, that is also connected to the unique selling proposition, and also your financial statements. Because if a broker is looking at your financial statement, or if your business is in trouble and it's not making money, one of the things that you have to go back and review in your business plan is your strategy. So for example, with strategy, this might be some sentences or terms that you would hear in business. At the end of the year, your boss may approach you and tell you this: I'm going to need you to stay late tomorrow. We have a meeting to produce a strategy for a new quarter. So that's something, again, that could be connected to that. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, so I'm going to continue. So the next keyword that we're going to be talking about again is credit and bonds. So this again kind of goes back into the financial statements of a business. So when you're making a large purchase from one of its suppliers, a company or vendor might say this in its email: we humbly ask that you extend us a line of credit for the next 6 months following the purchase date. We sell bonds to our customer base and the open marketplace. So that's, again, that's connected to credit. So again, so all of these terms and words that I'm teaching here tonight is really all connected into the business plan. So again, this credit, I have some notes here. When you buy a house using a mortgage, you are making use of a line of a credit. And so that is also offered in business, and it's offered to you by a bank. Sometimes other businesses will extend credit. You know, banks can loan businesses money. Even everyday individuals can loan the business money should the business sell bonds. So that's what this bonds is. And just like any other loan, the money given will be subject to interest that the business has paid regularly. Also, you can buy stocks, you can buy different things within the business. And so when the business has profit, then you get a nice dividend check at the end of the month. Okay, so I covered credit. The next key word that we're going to talk about is equity and brand equity. So this is pretty much the value of the business. If you have a startup and need capital, you could be having this conversation with a potential investor or banker. So how are you planning to finance the entire brand venture? So when entrepreneurs have ideas, sometimes they talk to other entrepreneurs, sometimes they talk to other business people, sometimes they go into the industry and talk to other professionals in that industry. And so your brand, that's your brand a brand is more than just a logo. It's the face of the business in the marketplace. So the value of the brand. So again, I'll read this. If you have a startup and need capital, you could be having this conversation with potential investor or banker. So how are you planning to finance the entire brand venture? Sometimes, you know, if someone is maybe wealthy, they already have the capital to start their business. Most people have to go and borrow money. And so even if you're doing crowdfunding, people want to know, you know, what are your ideas? What are your goals? What are you trying to achieve? You could also say, we plan to start with a round of equity financing to get the brand off the ground. So then once our cash flow has stabilized, we might look to get a line of credit from a bank or meet investors. The equity of the brand has stabilized and is recognized in the marketplace well. So this is when, you know, you start a new business, you get into the marketplace. You know, most businesses, when they start and they're in the marketplace, they're lucky if they break even. So it takes a while for a business, certain businesses, to maybe start to make a profit. So that's what that equity is just the profit. So now that brand equity here is now going to move us to brand. So brand is a keyword. This is a marketing term. A brand is everything that distinguishes a business from its competition. The CEO of a company might make the following statement: thanks to the strength of the brand, we have been able to increase our revenues by 9% from last year. And they would know that when they look at their financial statements. So I do have some notes here. For many businesses, building a strong brand is essential for success. You really want to get your brand started in the right way in the marketplace. That will eliminate any risks to the brand, and that will ensure that you will be moving forward in the brand in a successful way. The brand is everything that distinguishes a business from its competition. We are not talking about the selling point, which is concerned with certain products or service. Instead, a brand relates to the entire company. It can be found in the company's logo, its color, its culture, and its vision. It's how the brand represents itself. Some people think that the brand is just graphic design and the logo and the colors of a website, but the brand is more than that. It's really who you are, what the brand stands for, and the why of your business. In short, a brand is emotional reaction that it invokes in a customer. Certain people have certain feelings when they think of Apple versus Windows or Microsoft, or when they think of maybe an Android and an iPhone. There's just different reactions when you think of maybe a cheap watch at Walmart versus a Rolex. I mean, the brand, the goal of most good marketing companies want to get an emotional reaction from the customer so that your brand is associated with those emotions. And it's really the first thing that a customer thinks of. So for example, when you think about Nike, the first thing that might come to mind might be the phrase, just do it. Or when you think of Mercedes, you might think of luxury that comes with the German brand, regardless of the car in question. This is all thanks to branding. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, so the next keyword we're going to be moving to is customer service.
Excuse me, Christina, there is a question. I think Anna raised her hand. Maybe she wants to ask her question.
Okay, let me see.
May I have a question. This is just with the physical location, or it can be online location?
Yes, it can really be for both.
For both. And how you send it into a bank with like online, if you want to do it online. For example, it's an example, not that I'm doing it, but I just want to find out if you're doing online.
So if you're wanting to build an e-commerce, yeah. So, it's always important, even if your business is online, it isn't, a lot of businesses are online right now. So even if your business is a brick and mortar, you still need to have a business plan.
Okay.
And so all of these terms and all of these things even really apply to an e-commerce. Maybe you wouldn't need as much capital to get started if you were going to do everything online. There are a lot of free resources out there, but having a good website is going to cost money. Really starting and setting aside money for your marketing is all capital that you need to raise to be able to launch your e-commerce store.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? And if you guys don't mind, I would like to know, it would help me to just really make this relevant and relatable to you. What are your businesses?
For
Hi,
me,
this is Marilyn.
Hi, Marilyn, if you want to go ahead, I hear you.
Hi, sorry. Yeah, I don't have a business yet, but I'm hoping to, within this year, the beginning of next, own my own coffee shop.
Oh, okay. And so you want that, obviously, a brick and mortar.
Yes.
Yeah. And what about you, Anna?
for me, it's the same.
Coffee shop?
No. It's starting a new thing. I'm debating right now what and how. I'm just trying to build up myself again to get the confidence to do this a business. Let's put it that way. I don't to have a business, but now it's in another circumstances.
So you don't know yet what type of business you want to do?
No. Well, a coffee shop it was one, but at this point I'm thinking more like how they call it, catering a product from with a friend of mine. They put it together, but I'm thinking about it. She kind of say, I will help you. not
Oh.
something that I really want be a full restaurant. It's not a full restaurant. It's just a deli, a small deli, like a pizza place, but with a product that is similar to that.
Okay, so in the restaurant. Yeah, so even, that's why I picked team, even these terms that we're covering this evening, that's going to cover really all businesses. So all businesses, for example, we're on keyword keep customer service. All businesses need customer service and customer standards. So
Yeah, that's in a concept that I have. Other one was I like other stuff as well. I like computer service, computers, or I'm very dispersed. I need to find my path. I'm trying to learn.
yeah, to get focused. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you.
because it's going to help your marketing.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next keyword we're moving on is customer service and customer standards. So customer service is really important in business because not only do you have to have customer service with your customers, but you also need to have internal customer service. So how you treat your coworkers, or if you're an employer, how you treat your employees. There needs to be internal and external customer service. And so if you're, Marilyn says she wants to have a coffee shop, she's going to set those customer standards as a business owner. So she may maybe have a training where she's training her employees on how customers are supposed to be treated in the coffee shop. And so I see a lot in business with reviews. And so a lot of times, customers are going in and having experiences in businesses. If it's a good, sometimes they'll put a good review on Yelp. Other times you'll see where they'll put bad reviews on Yelp. And those, again, will affect marketing, and it affects the brand. And in the world of marketing, when you have bad reviews, that's when you're going to have to start incorporating what we call reputation management, really managing the reputation of the brand, because you really want to have a positive image of your brand in the marketplace. We all know brands that have had some things happen to them that may have impacted them in a negative way. And so customers may have a bad attitude now about that brand. So again, it all comes to even customer service. And I have here, as an owner of a company, you will set the standards on how your customers are treated. You will set up the standard for employees. It's important that you treat customers buying from the business with respect. You will be helpful and not rude when addressing customer questions and concerns. So maybe a manager might say that to new employees in a new training, that it's important that you treat customers buying from the business with respect. We've all had those experiences where we go into a business and maybe the salesperson or the cashier or somebody working the business doesn't treat us very well, and then it doesn't make us want to go into that business again. Okay, let's see. Okay, another keyword, and this is where we're talking about IT. I mean, if you have a coffee shop and whenever Anna decides to do, you're going to have some type of IT. You're going to have some type of computer system. You're going to have some type of computers or programs or things like that. And, if you have an issue with a software or an issue with a program, you're going to need to troubleshoot that issue. IT even can be like graphic design. I mean, you're going to be using IT. Say Marilyn wants to make a video of her coffee shop, and so she's going to hire a video expert, or you're going to incorporate a graphic design software to make some cool graphics for social media. And so IT is a big industry with a lot of different professions. but I kept it here just in business where you're going to be focused on troubleshooting. So if there's a gazillion ways that troubleshooting could happen. I mean, you have, I mean, even before this class, I mean, we're figuring out Zoom and, and all these different things. And so if there's something that's going on, you're going to want to troubleshoot. Or if customers need to get on your website and access certain files or something, and there's an issue there, there's a backup there, you're going to have to troubleshoot the issue. So IT is essential in business. It helps the business stay congruent in the marketplace and the technology of the market. So you want your business to be up to date. I mean, maybe you want to have QR codes on your business cards, or maybe a QR code on a social post. And so you want your business to be up to date with what the marketplace is. Most people have cell phones and use their cell phones to access different things. Maybe they want to access Marilyn's menu to her coffee shop with the phone with a QR code. So you want your business to be up to date with technology. Sometimes there's issues with technology. Technology can be wonderful, but it can also, when there's things that go wrong, it can really affect the business processes and really throw off the day. So it's important to, troubleshoot issues right away. Or if you are fortunate enough to have an IT person on staff that can maybe get to the issues right away. I have this sentence here. If somebody was doing, I think I have, I thought I had some notes here. Have you reached out to this tech support team with the issue of accessing the design account? So say you have your secretary wanting to do some social posts and they're having issues accessing the account. You may, as a business owner, say, have you reached out to the tech support team of Facebook with the issue assessing your design account, or any type of graphic designs, maybe Adobe Creative Suite or Canva or something? Okay, so I finished and I wanted to leave some time for questions. We have about, I think about 10 minutes, and then I think Marguerite wanted to go over some things.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Any questions?
I put one question in the the recommendation for an IT company. When we look, if we have a business, what type of IT company we look for? At one point I was doing it badly. I did not know how it works. But if you recommend it, what type of IT services you're looking for?
I think that really depends on industry. I mean, it depends on your industry. It depends what you're going to be doing. I mean, if you're going to have employees, you may want somebody to come in and set up all your computers and do some set up the computers and network those computers so they're all talking to each other. Maybe put in the different programs and things that you're going to be using. I know when I taught in Salinas at the college, we used just a local IT business there in Salinas that came and really set up the computers for the students, because we had to have a lot of computers set up because the students were on computers. And so we had to have those IT people come and get the computer set up and get the computers set up with all the different programs and different things that are going to be. So it was a very complex situation there. But usually in small business, I mean, even like with me, when I've had my business, when you're first starting out, if you're small enough, I mean, it's not really a big setup, but like even with me, with my business, I have different programs on my computer. And if those things don't work right, then I'm on the phone with the IT. But, like with Marilyn, with her coffee shop, she's going to have like her cashier and the system there and the point of sale system there. And then she's going to have her office with all her other stuff. And so I would really suggest just looking in your area of IT, and if you can find a business to hire, sometimes even Best Buy, the Geek Squad, some of those guys can help out. I've taken my computer in there and had it loaded with different programs to help. And if you know you're small enough, maybe hire a freelancer who does the IT that you're needing and looking for.
Okay.
Do you have any questions, Marilyn? Okay. Well, thank you, guys. You can take it away, Marguerite.
Okay, Christina, thank you so much